Alright guys, we're back for yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. I'm still sick at the time of me recording this video, so I'm gonna have to do some rough cuts in case I do cough in between the video. Anywho, should you guys summon on this banner that is gonna be dropping very soon, which is gonna contain the new Nodt with the Soul Bomb animation having Tartar for us with Driscoll and Nanana. Now, I'm gonna give you guys my honest answer. If you like the units, and you feel like you need these units for their respective guild quest rotations, then yes. If you do not care about guild quests, and don't care about the characters, then you guys can pretty much easily skip and just wait to see what the next 1000-Year Blower banner will be at the end of the month, because I am assuming that we are going to be getting more 1000-Year Blower banners every end of month moving forward. It's annoying, but what can you do about it? You just gotta make do with what you can do here. And yeah, the reason why I say that the banner is actually really nice to summon on is because there is actually a lot of value with this banner right here, and all three of the characters are actually pretty solid for what they're meant to be used for. And I'm gonna deep discuss mainly Nodt, because there is a lot that I need to address for this character now that I have the data sheets, and of course the damage calcs, so that's why. Now, when it comes to the overall banner, do keep in mind that we are back to the traditional Zenith summons, so when it comes to the main banner, it's only 25 steps and not 50, and we're back to the 4.5 into 1.5% draw rate. So yes, there is a chance that you can pull an unfeatured outside of what you see here, whereas step 5, 10, 15, and 20, you'll at least be able to guarantee one featured 5-star character, and then 25 offering you the pity ticket, which will allow you to pick either Nodt, Driscoll, or Nanana. If it weren't already obvious, the filler is actually really good, and I'm also going to be discussing this. But when it comes to the individual banners, I cannot say the same thing, because I think that they're actually quite bad. The only good thing that is on Nodt's banner is Shunsui, since he is still the best ranged NAD character for the Hollow Guild Quest overall. And then Noitora, sure, you can use him, but you're better off using Robert or Aizen overall. I guess you can use this Kaname, but not really, because you mainly want to use Nodt with Remy to buff him up, and of course, bring a booster like 1000-Year Blower Soifun, or use the New Year's Renji, rather than use this character who is just pure DPS, and then this guy is just a 30% full stamina damage boost link and can buff the likes of Speed Captains and can debuff. Nanana's banner, the only good filler is Yukio, everything else is just mid garbage. And then Driscoll has no good fillers, I have to be honest. Like, if we were to state one thing, Stark is a 30% full stam link, so there's that. Ginjo can buff future heart human characters, but I don't think we're going to be getting that many broken heart humans to the point that you kind of don't really need this character, and this Momo is a link stop potion link. So, yeah. If you guys are choosing to summon on any of these banners, go for the main one, because there is actually good value, and the individuals, like, if you just only care for one character and want to go for him, but, like, this is always going to be the best valued one, and at least you're going to be guaranteed the character if you were to go to step 25. So that's the whole reason as to why. So yeah, summon on the main banner. If you guys don't care about any of these characters, you guys can pretty much choose to skip this. But now, let's discuss the characters. Now, I feel like we should deep dive into Nodt, because this is the most controversial character that they have released, which is basically as disappointing as 1000-Year Blower Rukia. A lot of people were disappointed with her, and this guy is basically giving out the same vibes, because if you guys did not know, his SA2 does not inflict status ailments. And on top of it all, if you take a look at his skill set, he does have a Ronker Killer Plus, so there's that. He has a new EX move, which is actually shorter than normal. It's only 45 seconds and can inflict debuff, and it's a pretty strong debuff. I'm going to pull out all the debuff percentage rates in a moment. And then he has a really good soul trait of strong attack reaches time of -12% with full stamina damage boost of 20%. So you can never go wrong with that. It's a really good link. And then if you take a look at everything else, he does have Sprint +1, Havoc of 20, and extra 6% cooldowns on his strong attacks when at full stam, because in case you guys did not know, he debuffs on the SA2. So it's a longer cooldown than normal. It's going to take like around 18 or so seconds to get back. Feel free to correct me in the comment section down below. And the skill set, he has Frenzy +2, Frenzy +3 in Guild Quest. Melee damage 30% Guild Quest. Outside of it, it's 10% killer effect. 50% Guild Quest. Outside of it is 30%. 80% SP boost. Diminisher, Freeze immunity, Poise Break, Marauder, which is Guard Break plus Nullify melee resistance. Weaken defense, increased element chance against or wrong cars, devastation of 60%, and debilitator of +5 seconds. This guy's only DPS output outside of Guild Quest is just realistically Frenzy +2, 80% SP boost, and 20% full stamina damage boost. That's it. That is the only DPS output that he has when he is, without any killer, and without having a proper way of being able to inflict status elements. Now, when he does have killer though, do keep in mind that this character has Weakening Plus. Now, if you guys are not aware, the regular Weakening status element, when you proc the ailments, on top of being able to debuff the enemy mobs with lowering down their defense, you do 50% more damage to them. Now with Weakening Plus, you do 75% more damage. So against Orankers, this guy's DPS is actually going to be a lot better than what a lot of people are making him out to be. And I actually was lying when I said that this guy's going to perform worse than Candace, because I said some cap things like not having damage to element, and I do apologize. Lads, I was crashing out. I was very upset. So like, yeah, now that I'm a bit more rational and I'm looking at things from a certain standpoint, yeah, I can now understand why, and literally, Weakening Plus is what's helping this character to be a little bit better. So that's the first thing that we need to take into consideration. And secondly, when it comes to the debuff values that this guy has, on the EX move, he's going to be able to debuff the enemy mobs' attack, defense, and focus by 50%. Now, the only bad thing is that the mags are very low, and normally these EX moves don't take into account any type of damage multipliers except for a full stamina damage boost. So it's a blessing that Asnot got it through the soul trait. Otherwise, yeah, this would have been kind of fumbled, but the mags are still ridiculously low compared to most DX moves that have like freaking 500, 700 plus, because they're normally just having higher mags than normal. So that's kind of the reason why, and you have a much shorter cooldown when it comes to activating the EX move, like I stated before. So yeah, it can proc ailments. The SA2, yeah, it's unable to proc status elements, like I mentioned before, and that's kind of the downside to it. That's the one kicker that I don't like about this overall, because it's a 960 in front, but the debuff rate is basically going to be by 33%. So yeah, the enemy mobs' attack, defense, and focus rate are all going to go down by 33%, and of course you do have a pretty relatively long cooldown when it comes to using the character. And then the Soul Bomb, the attack and focus get debuffed by 33%, and the defense by 80%, making this character a menace to behold for when it comes to debuffing. And I'm definitely gonna say this character, outside of Guild Quest, he's gonna be amazing in epic raids as a debuffer overall. Like, he can debuff on the SA2 EX move and the Soul Bomb. Like, he's gonna be a great team helper. Like, he's giving off the Can't Free Your Own Road Shuhei vibes, if you guys were there when it came to playing this game. So, other than that, the character, for what he is designed, he's good. My main problem, like I stated before, this Diminisher skill needed to be replaced with Berserker. Give him 60% Berserker over this, and I think it would have been fine. And secondly, you're already debuffing with the EX move and the Soul Bomb. Why do you need to give that character an SA2 that can debuff? That to me makes no sense. And I think that they fumbled the bag hard with just those two factors. And I hate to say this, but this might be our last canonical Asnots that we get. I don't know if we're gonna get the Tartar Forest form being playable and the Soul Bomb being the giant grotesque form. I don't know, man. It just feels like this is it, and it just feels disappointing. Like I said, he's gonna be great in Guild Quest. Outside of PvE content, he's gonna be okay. He's not gonna be as good as Bankai Senjumaru or any of that kind of sort, but I can confirm that this character is at least gonna be better than Swimsuit Bambi. You guys want proof? Here are the calcs up. This is by Asla, so shoutouts to him. And with the badge plus pill and the sticker on the SA1, is capable of doing 41.6 million. SA2, 51.1 million without being able to proc, by the way. And then the SA3, 60.5 million. DX move, of course, it's a little short. It only does 9 million. And then the Soul Bomb, yeah, 6 million. As you guys can see right here. And here is Bambi's calc. Yeah, big difference. Big difference. So, yeah, another reason why you guys might want to summon? Let's say you don't have Swimsuit Bambi like me. There you guys go. That's your reasoning for summoning. So yeah, in Guild Quest, he's gonna be a good character. Outside of it, he needs Killer to pretty much make use out of his Weakening Plus ailment to be very effective, and will just be annoying, but once you have Killer, yeah. And of course, the SA2 having a long cooldown and not being able to inflict ailments is a problem for this character overall. And it doesn't help too much because his SA1 is going to be the Suction Vortex, and then SA2, like I said, 960, and you have a 1200 radius SA3, so yeah, he is still a good character, needed to be a lot better than this. I'm not a fan of this. He should have gotten the Bankai Senjumaru treatment overall for Guild Quest, where outside of Guild Quest, Senjumaru still performed very damn nicely, was still a behemoth to behold, and in Guild Quest, she was a queen. I would have preferred that. So, yeah. I'm not mad about the Guild Quest skills. I'm more mad about the fact that this guy did not pick up an SA2 that can inflict ailments, and the fact that he did not pick up Berserker whatsoever. So, that's it. Let's move on to the next character, which is gonna be the best in the banner. Driscoll. This character brings back Rampage. Last year, we only had one character with Rampage, and that was the Mind Thousand Year Blower Ishin. So, yeah, if you guys already know, you guys know. That skill is beyond broken. Kill 50 enemy mobs, you get 100% damage to all of your attacks. Normal attacks, not that it matters. Strong attacks, Soul Bomb. Literally. That's how freaking cracked it is. And he comes armed with good innate skills, Sprint +1, Process Immunity, Havoc of 20%, and then a cracked defeated enemy bonus list where you kill 20, get melee damage of 20%, defeat 40, Berserker 30, defeat 60, Devastation of 60%, and then 100, you get the Devastation rounded up to 100%. Which is freaking ridiculous. And the 6-star skills, look at this. Frenzy +2, Berserker 50, Devastation 60, Double Terror +2 seconds, Weaken Defense, Increased Element Chance against humans, Poise, Poise Break, 80% SP boost, Marauder, and Rampage. So, yeah, this guy is one of the best tech characters that we have in the game, second to Grammy, which is ridiculous to think about. And his kit is also pretty solid, but we do gotta talk about the fact that this guy brings back the regular charge SA3. It's not the 2-stage charged SA like True Shikai or 9th Annie Kenny. It's literally just the old charge SA3, which the last unit to have, I think it was Swimsuit Ruruka. Yeah, it's been that long ago, lads. And that SA, it's time-inducing, because if you want to get the full screen effect, you gotta hold down the button to charge it. It's not like a simple tap, and you get all of the damage out, and you already have like a good SA. Because the regular charge, it's just a 900 radius all around him, and then once you charge it, it's like 1080 all around him, and you do 240% more damage, because without the charge, it's 120%. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think it's gonna matter too much in Guild Quest, because you can just do a simple tap with the SA3, and the kits that this guy has, he has a Shotgun Blast on the SA1. The SA2, he has the Soifun Lunge. So basically, 900 radius lunge on the SA2. Mega cracked. The mobs aren't as widespread in Guild Quest to the point that you can kind of get away with it. Like, on Wave 1, you might as well want to focus on using the SA2 to attack the rest of the mobs, get the boss lacerated, and then finish him off with the SA1, and then wave 2, just use the SA3, and then whatever SA you have at your disposal once more. And that's how you basically go about it with this guild quest. And the crazy thing is that Soifun is not getting replaced by this character. He and Soifun are going to be able to work together in the same guild quest rotation. You already have Driscoll, which has Rampage and is going to be ridiculous. And then you have Soifun, who is going to be the booster character for that guild quest rotation and can still weaken and proc paralysis. And because this guy does have Lacerate Plus, oh yeah, he'll just be able to add that on top of Soifun's double status element, which is ridiculous to think about. And then your third option, Remy, just to mega juice this Driscoll and do more damage to element affected enemies, get a bit more strong attack damage. You guys know the vibes. So yeah, the kit is a bit weird, I'll definitely say that, but it should still work. It's gonna be a very effective kit nonetheless. Like, he's gonna be a great character, and yeah, got nothing else to discuss. Like, I had to keep the discussion short for this character because I already knew that this guy was gonna be good on paper and on kit. So that's pretty much gonna be the reason why. And then Nanana, this is another guild quest bot, but this is a very interesting one to say the least because it's a NAD bot that is going to be inflicting status elements, but you can look at this. Okay. So, the Soul Trait, he does have normal attack damage of 35%, Sprint plus 1, long reach of 20%, and dodge can see damage of 50%. I don't mind that whatsoever. This is a character that procs status elements, and he has Paralysis Plus. So this guy is not going to be screwing over Toshiro. Rather, this guy paralyzes. You're still going to be able to freeze with Toshiro, and if you freeze first with Toshiro, he'll still proc the Paralysis, and once he does that, he does 40% more damage to paralyzed enemies, and he does this as well. 30% more damage to status element affected enemies, and also, he buffs mind attribute characters. Which is crazy to think about. And what this means is that this character is buffing Yuha. Yeah. Even though he's very inconsistent, and for melee no affiliation guild quest, he's been replaced. Guess what? This guy is going to be helping out Yuha if you're still going to be using that character for the melee hollow guild quest, which is very important to take into consideration. So if you do pull this character, pop the Mugetsu link, and there you guys go. Yuha finally got some damage buffs to work around for melee hollow until we get that character's replacement. So there's that. And yeah, he does have Sharpshooter, Flurry plus 1, Flurry plus 2 in Guild Quest. The same old traditional BS, which I don't like always. But I do appreciate what they kind of did, where it's a character that procs elements and he is not going to be screwing over everything else. Now, what I would have loved to see is if this guy got the 80% attack buff. Like, that would have been so nice, because now that we have Ailment Plus being a thing, NAD characters now have the possibility to get the 80% attack buff skill once more, and Nanana could have been the one character to get it, to make him even more cracked as a unit. Like, imagine Dodge Quincy damage being replaced for that. Oh yeah, that would have been freaking nutty. Anywho, I see this character being very valuable, and he is going to help out with the Range Stern Ritter guild quest, most importantly. So yeah, in the case of Range Stern Ritter, you're definitely going to want to have Toshiro as your main lead, Nanana and Swimsuit Candice. In any case, Nanana can still help to clear the guild quest. So yeah, there's value for this character overall, which is really good to see. So yeah, I think all three of the characters are good. They have their own gimmicks and their own uses, and they do them excellently. Even though Asnot needed to be better in a melee Oranker guild quest, he should still dominate a lot better than Swimsuit Bambi. Nanana will be a great buffer for mine characters, and Driscoll, he's going to be dominating the melee human guild quest overall with what this guy is capable of doing. So yeah, and now let's talk about the fillers, which they're really good, by the way. They're really good. I'm glad to see that we're finally seeing a bit more up-to-date anime 1000-year blower characters, man. Starting it off with the boy Ishin. He actually returns after almost being 8 months old. He's not even a year old, and this guy is back as a filler already. They're doing everything in their power just to not bring back True Shikai, Yuha, and Orihime as fillers. Well, technically Unfortunately, Orihime did come back on Remy and Kenpachi's return banner, although it was a 7-step format. She still came back as a filler, but I digress. Anywho, this character, I'll definitely say for guild quest purposes, his usage has very much died down because he's been replaced by the end-of-year full-bring Bankai Ichigo from the 1,000-Year Blower arc, because he just does that guild quest in a way that makes Isshin a joke. But is he a bad character for the GQ rotation? Oh, hell no. Not at all, because some people have actually gotten 50 seconds with him at 2-5 in the Melee Quincy guild quest. Albeit, it does require RNG, but he is capable of doing that. So if you do not have Ichigo, this is a good character to get for the guild quest rotation. And outside of guild quest, this is still the best mind character that we have in the game as of right now, with the fact that he still comes with Frenzy +2, Berserker 50%, increased element chance, devastation of 60% with Marauder, Poise, and once again the beautiful Rampage skill. This was the character that got Rampage last year and was the only one to get it. Had the 80% SP boost, recharge, and weaken defense. And because he has the spiritual pressure boost of 40%, he basically gets 120% spiritual pressure boost and has a really broken combo of status elements being Burn and Lacerate. This guy was better than Christmas Retsu in her specific Limit Breaker quest. He did so well in there literally because of the combo itself being way too goddamn broken. He aged like fine wine in Limit Breaker quest, and if there's a melee character that you want to get for Mind to get maxed out, it's this guy right here. I don't know if we're gonna get another broken Mind character like him anytime soon, considering what we've been getting for the attributes. Hopefully we will get one soon. Innate skills, he does come armed with Havoc of 20%, Sparkle +1, and Weaken immunity. And then his SA kit is not the worst. Like, I'll definitely give it that. He has a 750 lunge. It's the same SA1 as 9th Annie Kenny. SA2, 750 into Tracking Vortex. So, yeah, Homing Vortex. So, yeah, you guys get the point. And then has a regular 1200 radius SA3. This guy aged really well. I'm definitely gonna say that him and Unohana aged the best out of the Rampage characters overall with what they offer. And this guy just aged even better just because of the fact that he can lacerate, he can stop the enemy mobs ever since Poise got introduced into Guild Quest. And then, oh, would you look at that? We have ourselves another Rampage character, which is really good. Now, I'll definitely say Kilgay is not as powerful as Asnot and Bambietta for the respective Guild Quest. So that's the only thing I'm gonna give credit where it's due. But he is still not a bad character whatsoever. He has a Ronker Killer with recharge time of -14%. Does have Drain on the entire kit. So yeah, unfortunately in Guild Quest, because they did introduce Poise in Wave 4 and 5, he is not going to be able to stop the enemy mobs from attacking you like Isshin could do because of the Lacerate status element. So there's that to take into consideration. But the rest of his skill set and kit is still quite fine. Like in Limit Breaker Quest, he can still put in the work just fine. He has Team Party or Attribute Strong Attack recharge of 20% if you do not have Full Bring Bankai Ichigo. This is still one of the better hard characters to provide this skill. Full Stam 20%, damage to drain enemies of 40%, Frenzy +2, Havoc of 20%, Poise, Rampage, 80% SP boost. No increased element chance, so there's that. But he does have Guard Break, Freeze Immunity, Sprint +1, and then beautiful kit. 3K Length Beam, 960 and Homing Vortex, full screen, 1200 radius. Still a very fun character. Aged like fine wine. This is still good to get. I personally still want to 5-5 this character. I'm missing 2 copies, and I want to get them done because it's fucking Kilgay. I love this character. Next on the list is this Speed Senjumaru. Now, this is not like Bankai Senjumaru, where she was made for Guild Quest. This character is more so a farmer this time around, as you guys can see right here. She has Holo Killer, so she's clearly meant for PvE content. But more importantly, she has everything that she needs to be a farmer, so... yeah, this is not the first time that she appears as a filler, because she has been appearing in rerun banners as of recently, but as a new 1000-Year Blower banner, this is definitely her first. I'll give it that. But that being said, she pretty much has everything that she needs at her disposal for farming. That being said, the only thing is that this character does not farm +10 super potions compared to the Christmas 1000-year blower Isane that we got not too long ago, which was like 2 months now? Damn, it's about to be 2 months. But yeah, you guys get the point. But everything else about her is that she's a perfect farmer. Like, she has Frenzy +2, Berserker 50, Purity of 100%, complete status immunity, and then buff, speed, attribute, character, special move damage of 30%, even though this was never really needed. And what else? Hit hidden enemies plus Pierce Iron Skin, so you don't need to give her the Zeta Pill for underground enemy mobs. Has Power Dropper drop of 30%, Power Droplets of +10, Power Link Slot Potions of +5, and then Super Power Link Slot Potions of +5. And this character does indeed have Marauder with Havoc and Sprinter +2. So other than that, fantastic character. And the kit, 3K length mean, 960, full screen 1200 radius. The crazy thing is that this character aged the best compared to Ichibei and Kiryu when they first dropped. And that's insane to think about. These are the 3 best fillers that you can pick up, and they're actually really good. So let's just leave it at that. Up next, we do have Chad. I'm definitely going to say that his value has gone down by a lot. But let's say you don't have Renji. You do get this guy at 5/5. He still can tank Orihime. But that's pretty much about it. Like, that's the only purpose as to why you would want to use him in Brave battles. Besides that, he cannot pierce through invincibility, does not have persistence. He is missing a lot of the stuff. You can technically say that this is kind of the only mid filler that we have in the banner that you do not want to be pulling a lot of the time. So that's all you guys really need to see here. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, yeah, and even his value per guild quest has definitely died off a long time ago because this guy was a purity character. Like, with True Shikai, it was so easy to take away this to the point that he would never work and would just have only Flurry +1. Yeah, nothing else to add about this character. He's mega dead for something outside of PvP, and in PvP, he's just a tank, nothing else. Yama, I'm definitely gonna say that he's been power crept to hell. Overall, we have gotten a lot of better characters, but this is still our only good Yamamoto, quote-unquote good, that we have in the game, because he does Calm Armed with the same kit as Kilgay, so there's that. Just that he doesn't have Frenzy +2, so yeah, he only has Frenzy 1, Berserker 40, double killers of Quincy and Hollow, damage to burning enemies and weakened enemies of 40% without the increased ailment chance, 80% SP boost with shared complete immunity, double ailments of weakening and burn, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. This character has been already washed by a lot of different and better units, but as a Yama fan, you can still get some enjoyment out of this character until the day he gets a resurrection, which won't be until like a couple years from now. So that's pretty much it. And then Lige, still one of the best resurrections that we have in the game to this day, because he did pick up a lot of purity and hit hidden enemies and pierce Iron Skin. This character was the best unit to use for Inheritance Trials before we even got the Power Toshir, the mid-month one for farming stuff, as you only needed to put the Mashiro link and you would farm super potions with him while being able to tear through content. And yeah, essentially they just basically gave him 66% purity and then changed the hit hidden enemy skills to hit hidden enemies plus pierce Iron Skin, and also did pick up these 2 wasted skills, unfortunately. But he still is a fun character for co-op content and to some extent epic grades. I'm gonna leave it at that. And he has the same kit as Senjumaru, albeit the beam is a bit skinny, 870 width, but does have a 960 and a full screen 1200 radius. Because this is a character that you can resurrect, you don't really need to go out of your way to get all 5 copies to match and send him. Like, once you get him to 3-5, you can then bring him into the special move training grounds and you can already 5-5 this character. And I'm glad that this is the only resurrectable 1000-year blower character that they brought into the banner. And they chose, in my opinion, one of the best ones to get. And I still enjoy this character, believe it or not. But yeah, that's the banner completely summed up. Let me know if you guys are going to summon on this or not. I am. I will be hopefully streaming, depending on how my health is. I couldn't stream the reaction to the banner because I did not wake up early enough and I kind of didn't really get too much sleep. I'm still sick and holding my cough. Oh my god, how did I not cough until now is freaking crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anywho, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know if you guys are still going to summon or not, if you guys are skipping. More than likely, a lot of people are, since they need a break after end of year. And yeah, make sure to smash that like button if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Hit the bell notification and all that good stuff. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one. So, have a wonderful day, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.